What were they showing you guys that allowed you and Diontae to kind of have a breakout?
I mean, I think for them, they wasn't trying to give nothing up top. I think they were training a lot of tempo two, a lot of deep, two safeties in the back, trying to keep everything in front of them. And, you know, with that being said, you know, Diontae backside one-on-one, we're doing everything short. Me playing on the front side, everything that's short. And that's the kind of game it was, you know. Not every game is going to be a home run, but, hey, it is what it is. And like I said, you just never know who's trying to get the ball up every week.
Mark Caboli.
Hey, JuJu, how important was that first drive? Can you talk about that? I think you went nearly 10 minutes, 15 plays. First 8 were throws. How important was that?
I think it was huge for us. I think it shocked a lot of us. I think, you know, because we flipped the coin and we always want our defense to go on the field first to set the tone, I think it changed the momentum, you know. And when Ben called tells, we got tells, Ben said, yo, let's receive. It changed the whole tone that, you know, first drive, we go down, put points on the board, and, you know, the rest is history. So as you can see, you know, in the previous games, we always hit our defense down first to set the tone, but our offense can do the same thing.
Rob, are you wearing the green dot again today? And how did you feel like communication went on the field without Devin there?
I felt like communication went well. Vinny is also out there talking. We have a secondary who knows what's going on. Even our D linemen and outside linebackers in front of us are very in tune with the communication of the defense. So it makes my job pretty simple, just getting them the call and then the secondary communication and going from there.
All right, last one for Rob. Tim Benz.
Rob, how much are you and Vince, the guys in the middle of the defense, aided with the job that Bud and TJ have been doing against some of these big-time running backs, crashing in on the edge and making sure they're not bouncing anything to the outside?
Not just Bud and TJ, but don't forget Cam, Tyson, and Stephon Tuitt, because those guys don't get blocked often. And if they do, it's for a very short time. So playing behind them and then having Minka and Terrell behind me, you feel so safe on the field because you know you have playmakers all over the field. All I have to do is do my job and play hard.
What does it say about this team that, you know, even build up a big lead, you almost lose it, you're able to hang on, obviously, courtesy of the missed field goal, but what does it say kind of about the resilience of your team that you guys are able to do that and still come out of this game undefeated?
I don't know what it says. You know, I think all we can say is we're 6-0, but we won the game. Nothing's guaranteed. You know, it's a good win, but there's a lot we got to improve on going forward. I know, we're able to answer the challenge in some cases, but, you know, we got bigger challenges ahead going forward.
Jerry Dulac, Post-Gazette.
Cam, somewhat on that same line, I was going to ask you, what does 6-0 say to you, especially after the last 2 performances against 2 of winning football teams?
Nothing. We're 6-0. We got a chance to go 7-0 next week, but it doesn't really say anything much. You know, we're guaranteed 16 games. We got 10 to make it right.
TJ, I think it's the second fewest yards that Derrick Henry's had over his past 16 games. Cam sort of downplayed it and said we got to be better against the run, but you know, like I said, it's better than almost anybody's done. How do you kind of assess how you stopped him in that challenge?
There was too much splash. We have goals so high for ourselves because we know what we can do. And we feel like we can be a truly special defense, and that's why no one's really satisfied after today. We need to do a lot better job, especially in the second half, but it starts with the run. And even though we did a good job in the first half, we got to continue and roll it over into the second half.
Jeff Hawthorne, 93.7.
DJ, Ben said in the past that, you know, there are times the defense will pick up the offense. Do you feel like you guys worked well in concert in finding a way just to get a win here?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to do the best that we can to get a complete football game. That's not always going to happen week in and week out. That's why it's so important to get out of these games with a win, no matter how awesome or how ugly they look. The offense did a phenomenal job today, and the defense, we got to do a much better job in the second half.
Diontae, how important was it to, take so much time off the clock and keep Tennessee's offense off the field there in the first half?
Oh, man, that was big. I mean, because they got a great offense, a great running back, Derrick Henry back there. And just they got a whole group that can just make plays. And for our defense to step up like that and just minimize their offense today was great. And we needed it.
Mark Cabali.
Diontae, it seemed like they did not want to press you at all. Did you get that feeling, and why do you think that's the case?
Yeah, I knew that from the jump. I mean, because they know the speed I have and my capability of getting down, able to stretch the field or whatnot. So they was trying to keep everything in front of them, but we had plays to counter that, and we was executing on each and every drive, just dumping them off here and there. So that's what I noticed.
Aditi Kinkabala.
Oh. Hey, Diontae, what changed with the offense? You guys seem to really be very methodical, bleeding the clock, and then all of a sudden you suddenly started taking some shots at the end zone in the first half. You settled for a field goal, took the shot at the end zone. It ended up being an interception. Did something philosophically change, or did they show you something different that made you go away from what you started with?
I wouldn't say sure it's nothing different. It's just a matter of just executing the plays of when the ball's thrown to you. I mean, and that's what we didn't do. We didn't execute in those moments. That moment towards the end of the game, but our defense was able to step up and hold them off, and luckily they was able to miss the field goal. So,
All right. Last question for Diontae is Brian Batko, PG.
Diontae, what happened on your last play? I know you left the game. Are you good health wise or?
Yeah, I'm good. It's just a little ankle bruise or whatnot, but nothing gonna keep me out of the game. I'm doing fine. I'll be ready next week.